In this lecture, we will learn about recursion or recursive methods. Usually, we don't write recursive methods in Java, but Java supports recursive methods, so let us learn about them. A recursive method is a one which will call itself. A method calling itself is a recursive method. So if a method is calling itself, then how it works, I will explain you through examples. See, I have one method here, fun, which takes a parameter integer type, and inside that, if number is greater than 0, it will print and then it will call itself with n minus 1 value. So if n was 5, it will call itself for 4 once again. If n is equal to 0, then it will not do anything, it will finish off. Means it will enter inside. If n is not greater than 0, then it will not enter into if and stop. That's all. So if this method is called by passing value 3, then how it works, what will be the output? Let us understand this. So here I will trace it and show you. This function is calling by passing 3. So let us trace this one. If n is greater than 0, yes, n is 3. So print 3, then second step is call function with 2. See, if the condition is true, there are two steps, first step and second step, right? So first step is print, second step is call the function again. So what is the output on the screen? So we got the value that is 3. The next, what about fun2? So it has called itself again. What about this call fun3? Has it finished? No, it will finish only if this call finishes. So what about this one? When this is called, this is true. So it will print 2 and call itself again for 1, fun of 1. It will call itself for fun of 1. Fun of 2 has finished? No, it has just now called fun of 1. Let that finish, then only fun2 will finish, then only fun3 will finish. So this is still waiting, this is also waiting, this is being called now. Again 1 is greater than 0, so again true. So print 1, then call again itself for 0. Now for fun0, when it is called, it is not greater than 0, it will not enter inside, so it will not perform any of these two steps. So fun0 will finish. Once this has finished, it will go back to this function call where it has called this fun of 0. It will come out of this bracket, then this bracket and finish. It will go back to this call and this will also finish. And it will go back to this call at this place, so then it will also finish. So it will return back again. So in the recursion, it is just like stretching a rubber band. If you stretch the rubber band, stretch it, stretch. So if you leave, it will go back. Like a spring, if you pull, then again if you release, it will go back. So it is just like we are stretching it and stretching and stretching and stretching. When this ends, it will go back. So it will go to the previous call, then previous call, then previous call. This is how recursion works. So if the output, if you want to see, first value that was printed was 3. I did not write it. Let us do it now. Then 2 was printed, then 1 was printed. So in this recursive method, first the value was printed, then the recursive method was called. Now if you look on this side, there is a difference. It looks similar, but the difference is first a recursive method is called, then value is printed. Let us see how this works. And if you understand this, then you have understood recursion, the basic idea of recursion. You don't have to try various recursive methods and all in Java. Just you should have the basic idea of recursion, that is sufficient. I will trace this recursive method. Let us write fun of, it is called for 3, right here. So if you look at this, it is called for 3. So 3. Now 3 is greater than 0. So 2 steps. What is the first step? Call itself for fun of 2. What about the second step? Print. Will it print now? No. First of all, this step should finish, then only it will go to the next step. Now, right now it is on this step. If this has finished, then only it will go here. So this has to finish, then only it will print. I will just draw a line. I will not print it because it will not be executed. First, this line should finish. Then fun of 2, again 2 is greater than 0, again 2 steps. What are those? First step is call fun of 1, then print, but not now, afterwards. Let this statement finish. Then what is this statement? Fun of 1, 1 is greater than 0, again 2 steps. Then fun of 0 and then print. But first of all, fun of 0. Fun of 0, if you see, 0 is not greater than 0, so it will come out of this body and this body end. So this ends. Now just now we saw when we were tracing this method, it will go back. So it will go back to this method and complete this statement. So it will print 1. So the output will be print 1. Then once it has printed this 1, it will come out of this block, this body and this body. So this method ends, fun of 1. It goes back to this method then here it will print 2, then it will go back here, then here it will print 3, so print 3. So when the printing was done, when it was returning back, see, stretch a rubber band, stretch. While returning, it is showing its effect. So while returning, it is printing the values. So while going up back. This is the power of recursion. The actual mechanism of recursion is a method will call itself and again call itself, then again call itself. Then when it cannot call further because of the condition, base condition, because of this base condition, it will return back, then return back, then return back along the same path. That's what the actual mechanism of recursion. That's it. So I have explained you recursion. Now a little more on this one I'll explain. I will remove this. See, this recursion was printing 3, 2, 1. Can't we do the same thing using for loop or while loop? Yes, we can do it. Then why we need recursion? See, this was printing and calling again, printing and calling again. So while loop can also do that. For loop can also do that. Like for I assign 3, I is greater than equal to 1, right? Greater than equal to 1, I minus minus. This should be int I, okay? System.out.println I. So first it will print 3, then again 2, then again 1. At 0 it will stop. So loop can also do the same thing. Then why to write recursion? See, recursion, when it is calling itself again and again, then it will return back. So while returning also it can do something. So which portion it will execute while returning? Whatever is written after the method call, that is executed while returning. So this work cannot be done easily using for loop or while loop. It can be done, but not easily. So that's how the power of recursion is. Now, where the recursion is used? Actually, recursion is not used in programming. We should not use recursion in programming. If you have the idea that recursion takes extra space and because of which it may also take some extra time also, a little bit extra time. So it's not, we should not use it. We should avoid them. Then what we should use? Loops. Then why we talk about recursion? Why we talk when we don't use it and they take extra space, all these things, why we use recursion? See, now the point I am telling you, important point. Just I will give you the important point, all right? Not more further on that one. See, problem solving, you hear about problem solving, right? Problem solving is done by applying mathematics, not by programming. Remember this one. Mostly students think that if they learn programming, they can do problem solving. No. By doing programming, you come across some problems from mathematics that are related to problem solving. Then you get introduced to problem solving. Problem solving is very vast. There are millions of problems. Learning language is a limited task, small task. In a limited time, you can understand the language and you can learn how to use it. But where to use for solving problem? This is a long journey, right? This is a long journey. So problem solving is done using maths. And mathematics doesn't have loop, but mathematics have recursion. So it means when you solve a problem, the solution will be in the form of recursion. Yes. It will be in the form of recursion. Then this recursion, either you write it as it is or you convert it into loop. If you are able to do it, convert it. If you are not able to do, then you can rely on recursive method only. That is the reason recursions are used and languages support recursion. That's all. This is sufficient about recursion because we are learning Java. So in Java, recursions are there. You can write recursive method, but this much I have explained you. Now let us see this demo on this one. I will write down this program and show you. Demonstration I will give you. I will write a method. Method is a static and it is void, and this will take n, and the method name is fun. Then if n is greater than 0, then print n. Then again call itself for n minus 1. That's all. Now inside the main method I will call this method fun for 3. Let us see. I am first printing the value, then calling itself for n minus 1. Let us see how it works. I got the result as 3 to 1. If I change the order, I will copy this statement and paste it above this one. Then first it is calling itself, then while returning it will print. So 1, 2, 3 we got. That's it. So if you want me to debug, let us check. Now if method is being called, press F7, it will enter into this one. So it is calling itself. See, again it has gone up. So it will not enter into this line because this is a method call. So it will not, this cursor will not move there in the debugger. It will come into this line only. Then again it will come here. Now you can see the value of n is what? 2. Then it will enter inside. Then again called. So again condition is checked. Now the value of n is 1. Then again it has called. The value of n is what? 0. So it will not enter inside. You can see that it has gone out of this n0. Now it has came back on the previous call. What is the value of n? It has printed 1. Then again continue. Now again is going to print 2. Now if you see the value of n, it is 2. Print 2. Again press F8. See, now it is 3. F8 I am pressing, otherwise it will enter into that system.out.println method. Then F8, finish. So if you see the output, values are 1, 2, 3. So that's all about this recursion. So I have shown you the example how a recursion works. This is sufficient. Okay. So that's all in this video. You practice this one. So write it once. Though you don't require much, but you should know how to write recursion, and you should know that recursions are possible in Java. That's all in this video.